Okay. It's been a long day already. It's been a long day already. Oh my gosh. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's just running around, doing stuff. Chores galore. Chores galore. As we went around doing what we always do. Anyway, so I'm here with the usual books. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm late. You're fired. You're fired. You're late, so you're fired. They would tell me if I was on one of those old Donald Duck shows. I don't know, just jump through. I've got a good uncle, and he's got one of those properties. And at the bottom of the property, there's a huge pile of cash and gold and stuff. And so from time to time, we hang out, and he lets me jump into the cash. No, no, we don't do that. I don't like cash. I don't like that stuff. Anyway, I am here today a little bit later because a lot of things had to go through and had to happen. And so this is finally what you guys all wanted to see. The haters were hating so much. They're like, but Mr. Marco Reviews, you are so pesky and conniving and son of a gunny. And you keep talking about the Avata. And you keep talking about the, oh no, how it is, what was it, the DJI FPV potato jet. The potato jet and the Avata or Avatar, aka Screech. AKA Screech. I've been waiting to get one of these for so long. It is now here. It is now here. Someone got it, got one of these before I did and was already flying it here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge. So I can't even say that I was the first one. I was not the first one to fly this machine in Irvine, California, Woodbridge. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? I've been talking about this thing since it came out, since before it came out, since there were just pictures of this thing and people were saying that they were just figments like me. But anyway, I'm glad to have the Avatar Screech right here. Isn't it awesome? It looks amazing. And you're like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you just bought it or you just got it or something. But you know what? You're cheap, so you only bought the box. Well, first of all, I didn't buy it. I had to sell my soul. I had to go and it was gut-wrenching. I had to take my soul, rip it out, and give it to somebody else just so I could get one of these things right here. So the devil's pretty happy right now. That devil is pretty happy right now. Watch this. Watch this. I had to be quiet because you guys love it when things get pulled out of plastic bags. I don't know why, but you guys love it. So I had to make it as satisfying as I possibly could. This is a dream machine. It's a dream machine. It's got a few issues. But we know about those. They've been talked about so many different times. I think in the previous video, I forgot to talk about this amazing thing that's in here where you're supposed to put your micro SD card. It's somewhere in here. And they've said that this thing, after a while, dodges out because they all do. And when that happens, you either have to cut it off or ends up in the propeller, damaging the propeller, making your drone fall out of the sky. They say that it's got the tumble. It's got the tumble-wumble effect. Kevin Talbot would be proud of this machine. It is amazing. It's got the tumble-wumble effect, but in the air. None of those other machines can do it. Can tumble as well in the air as this machine can. So anyway, hopefully, I've drawn some pictures. I've drawn some pictures of what it might look like if someday they make the 250 grams version of this thing. Oh, it's so cool. Look, it has DJI all over it. And it says Avatar Screech right there. Avatar Screech. You love it. You love it. You know you love it because I know I love it too. And again, it took so much effort to get a hold of one of these things. So the devil's happy. The devil's happy because now I owe it my soul. I owe it my soul. Anyway, with that said, guys, I've got just a few minutes to do the usual technology stuff that we do. But you guys are not excited about that. You guys are not excited about that. So that's why I said that this is the very last amazing unboxing that I'm going to do. And I'm going to be milking this for a while because we're going to do some hover tests. We are not flying this thing. We are not flying this thing. We never flew the DJI FPV potato jet. We're only doing hover tests with these things. And that's all. And that's all. Hover tests for technical purposes only. So going forwards with that, here we are with the Smithsonian here technology book. Let's see what we can do today. Again, I don't have a lot of time today, so I've got other things going on, but this looks pretty amazing. It is otherworldly, I might add. It is called the automatic nightlight, but it's so cool. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Look at that. At least I think it's cool. We remember those popular opinions, those extremely unpopular opinions of mine. Anyway, speaking of, if you guys haven't seen the latest and greatest video from Eli, the computer guy, he's done the Silicon Dojo Diaries or something like that. Really cool. He also has a bunch of other channels, but one of his other channels is, I think it's The Daily Blob, which is pretty cool. If you haven't seen that, there's another one which is he brings on this guy. He's DJ Ango. It's pretty cool. DJ Ango, awesome mixer. So you go check out his channel. It is ET, like the galactic phone home, ET. CG, like computer graphics. So put those together. ETCG, and then experiments. That's the best way to remember that. Go check out his DJ Angle stuff. There's a lot of cool music mixing and stuff. Gotta go check it out. Go check it out. If only I could DJ like DJ Angle. Anyhow, so anyway, that's cool stuff. All jokes aside, he's doing something that's very cool that nobody else is doing right now, because everybody is good with the talk, but the no action. So, you know, they're getting into politics. They're messing up reality as we see it and stuff. But he's actually doing something useful. He's giving people real education, which is, I think he calls it gateless, limitless, and a bunch of other things. Free to end user and stuff. So that is something that is really cool. That I feel very passionate about too. So anyway. And after saying all that, I'm going back here to this thing here that I do, which is creating an automatic nightlight with technology. Let's go. The gentle glow of a nightlight in a hallway or in your bedroom can help you see a little better in the dark. The nightlight you'll make in this project uses a component called a photoresistor. The photoresistor automatically turns on a strip of LED lights at nighttime and turns them off again in the morning. Let's check it out. You can change design of your nightlight by changing the printed design on the front, known as the decal. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that means that you're not stuck with one or any specific image. You can change it out. You could have some unicorns with sparkles and hearts and all that good stuff if you wish to. The photoresistor sits on the front surface of the nightlight. The nightlight must be plugged into an electrical outlet to work. And it says, we've chosen space decals that look nice on the wall during the day. Elon, you want one for your room. Just like you want that famous, world famous, I've talked about it. It's coming. It's the X medallion. As someone by the name of Marco who's been to China, we all know you got to have the medallion to get in and out, right? Through the borders. And that, my friends, is something that Elon is working on very soon with me. Same as that eau de parfum. It's beautiful. Don't worry, it's not a Dior imitation. It's Wet Dog. The Wet Dog perfume. It's amazing. It's coming out. The circuit that controls the LED strips is hidden behind the decal. The LED strip is wrapped around the night light, but hidden behind the decal so that it casts a gentle glow on the wall. Let's see how long this project is, because if it's too long, we might have to do like half. Whoa. Whoa. This is wait a sec. This may be the last. No kidding. Because after that, it's got like circuit diagrams and all kinds of other stuff. So this is probably the very last project in this book, and I didn't know about it. Didn't know about it at all. So I'm gonna have to be like reading fast, like those what do you call it? What do you call pharmaceutical companies when they do their commercials? You get it? Don't worry about the small print. It's not important. If your eye turns green and your ear turns into an elf ear, don't worry. We said it in the fine print. Anyway, so time 1 hour. 1 hour to do this project, which usually means 2 in a classroom. Be aware requires drill, hot glue gun, soldering iron, and house power use. The difficulty level, I'm afraid, is going to be high. It's really high in the sky right there. So be warned. Be warned. It's not an easy project. How to make an automatic night light. You will need a cuttable LED strip to build this night light. LED strips can come in 2, 3, or 4 colors. Any will work for this project. To make your decal, print a picture of your favorite design and cut it to the same size as your plywood disc. So you're going to need a plywood disc. I don't know if you could use anything else. I don't know if you would want to use a compact disc, but maybe not because it's got a hole in the middle. So you're going to need a plywood disc. I don't know where to get one. Maybe you can get one from Home Depot, or you might have to cut one yourself. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see. What you need for the toolbox, from the toolbox, you're going to need a scrap wood and clamps, drill, 1364 inches of or 5mm drill bits. I'm just going to go with the millimeters. We got to go fast today. So 8mm drill bit, hot glue gun, scissors, 3-handed tool, soldering iron, and solder, wire cutters, wire strippers, double-sided tape, and adhesive. I know you're here because you wanted to see Joe Obama at his best with all the gaffs. So red stranded wire, 30 centimeters for that. A tip 42 PNP transistor. You're going to need a 1/4 size perforated breadboard. We talked about that in the previous project. Just go back to the previous project if you don't know what that is. Pieces of heat shrink tubing, 2 of those. Velcro strip. We're going to need a 1 ohms resistor, photo resistor, 1 decal of your choosing that you can print yourself. Grill lighter, plywood disc, 15 centimeters of that, 10 K ohms resistor, craft wooden 4x5 by 3/4 inch, which is a bunch of stuff in the metric system, 2 centimeters, whatever. 12 volts AC/DC power cable. You're going to need a tip 31 NPN transistor, cuttable LED strip, and then black stranded wires, 20 centimeters each, and one which was 30 centimeters long, which is red. I think that's everything. If not, I'm going to show you the picture. We got to go fast. We got to go fast like Sonic. Go fast, go fast, go faster like Sonic. Okay. All right. Jumping straight to it. Carefully drill a 5mm hole halfway through the wooden O. The hole is for hanging the nightlight on a nail or hook. Then drill an 8mm hole through the opposite end. Spread a little hot glue on one of the flat sides of the wooden O, the side that doesn't have the hole you drilled for the nail. Then press the plywood disc down onto it. Make sure the wooden O is in the center of the plywood disc. Here we go. It's going to be this one and this one right here. And it says, if you want to know how to drill, there's a thing in page 23 that helps you with that. If you don't know how to glue gun on page 22. Part 3, beginning at the 8mm hole, wrap the LED strip all the way around the wooden O to measure the length that you'll need. This is just to measure it. Don't glue it down just yet. It doesn't want you to glue it down yet. So there may be things going on here. So if the strip is so long it covers the hole, you'll be able to tidy it up with glue after step 25. Cut the LED strip at the closest cut line nearest to the edge of the drilled hole. Only cut it at a cut line. So be careful if you cut it somewhere else. You may damage the circuit or the system. So follow the instructions carefully. Don't be ADHD like me. Cut 2 black and 2 red wires each at 4 inches, which is 10 centimeters. Strip both ends of each wire and tin one end of each wire. Set aside 1 black and 1 red wire until step 14. Then it tells you to apply a small blob of solder to each of the terminals on one end of the LED strip. Yours may have 2, 3, or 4. Make sure the blobs of solder do not touch because you don't want to cause things and sparks to happen. Make sure the solder on the plus 12 volt terminal does not touch the solder on the terminal next to it. It also says, solder the tinned end of the red wire to the terminal marked plus 12V, then solder the tinned end of the black wire across the remaining terminals, if there are more than one, so that they're all connected. If you have 2 color LED strips, solder the red wire power and the black wire to ground. See page 35 for more information on what ground is. We talked about ground being usually the 3rd wire. You've got red and black and 1 more that goes to the ground. And if you've seen the Netflix series The 100, then you know what I'm talking about. Or not. Okay. Nicely done. We're on to the next page. There's so many pages. Making sure it is not plugged in, cut the jack off the end of the 12V AC/DC cable, and that's not a band. That's not a band. It's not a band. In 3 centimeters of the outer insulation, then strip the ends of the internal wires. This might be able to rock and roll, but it's not a band. Stick the decal on the plywood disc until, or using double-sided tape or glue. Neatly trim or fold over the edges of the decal so it is slightly larger than the disc. So you need a little bit more of an edge around the disc than what you have. So don't trim it too short. Use scrap wood to reduce the chance of damaging your furniture. Yes, please. Yes, please. Because we know what happens when you damage the furniture in schools, especially. The teachers automatically get less pay, because, as we know, the decision makers never take a pay cut in their lives ever. They will take the money away from the peons. So use scrap wood to reduce the chance of damaging your furniture. Drill a 5mm hole through the plywood disc off center, but within the wooden O drill right through the decal. Try to choose a place that won't show too much on the decal design. Feed the red and black wires connected to the LED strip into the wooden O through the hole in the bottom. It's pretty cool. Remove the adhesive backing from the LED strip and stick it to the outer edge of the wooden O. Make sure the red and black wires are near the edge of the hole. Check this stuff out. Check out the apples right here. Got 8, 9. We got 10. Got lost track of the thing. Can't see with the glare and everything. Hopefully you guys can see better than I can see. Probably chose the wrong spot. It's a different time of the day. Usually the sun kind of angles off to the side when I usually do these things, and today it's a little bit different. It's a different time. Yeah, the sun moves. The earth is flat and the sun moves. Use wire cutters to trim the legs of the photoresistor to a length of about 1 centimeter. Next, tin both legs with a little solder. Solder the tin ends of the red and black wires you prepared in step 5 to the legs of the photoresistor. It doesn't matter which one goes where. Just guesstimate it. Just go with it. Slip about 1 centimeter of heat shrink tubing over the ends of the wires onto the soldering joints. Apply heat from the lighter to the tubing shrinks. So the tubing shrinks around the joints. The heat shrink tubing will help protect the connection. Always be careful when using an open flame. Yes, please be careful with the open flames, guys. Cut 3 short wires, 1 2 centimeters long and 2 4 centimeters long. Strip each end of all 3 wires using pliers to hold them if necessary, and then bend the ends down to 90%. Fold down the legs of the 10K ohms resistor and push them through terminals H5 and H10 of the breadboard. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Looks like fun. Fun. Definitely for everyone. Okay, step 18. Turn over the breadboard and bend the resistor's leg outward to hold the resistor in place. Ready for soldering. Ready for soldering. Watch out. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Oh, the joys of technologies, guys. I'm so joyful about technology that my voice just went out, just went wonky. Apply a small amount of solder around the resistor legs to secure them to the breadboard to avoid short circuits. Make sure to solder leaks onto the adjacent holes. Following the breadboard map below, solder the second resistor wire links and transistors into the terminals of the board. Trim the excess wires and component legs from the underside of the board as you go. Oh, this should be fun. This should be fun. I'm not actually going to read all this because we don't have time for this today. Usually I go real slow and I tell you everything that goes on this board. But just refer back to the previous video where we did all that. Take a look at this. Take a look at the breadboard. Quickly take a look at this. Get hypnotized by the amazing technology that you get to see right there. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it worth 1 billion views just like that? With a, not a slip of the wrist, but a flick of the wrist, a snap of the finger. Next, take the wooden O and place the breadboard inside it. Feed the end of the power cord through the hole in the wooden O so that it lies alongside the wires from the LED strip. Following the breadboard map below, solder the photoresistor wires, LED strip wires, and power wires onto the board. Wow. Losing that voice. Just losing that voice today. What's going down? I think it's probably because I've done like so many different live streams all in one day. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So once all of your components are soldered, your board should look like this. Plug the power adapter into a wall socket. The LED strip should not turn on. Now cover the photoresistor with your hand so that very little light is falling onto it. The LED strip should light up. If it doesn't, go back and make sure all the connections are correct. There we go. Make sure those connections are amazingly put together and are great, as they should be. With the decal laying against the table, carefully push the photoresistor through the hole in the plywood disc so that its flat surface is flush with the table. Now secure it in place with hot glue. Apply hot glue to the hole in the end of the wooden O to secure the power cable and the wires from the LED in place. Use a piece of Velcro to secure the circuit onto the plywood disc inside the wooden O. Ask a friend to help you attach your nightlight to the wall, then plug it in the power adapter and wait until it gets dark. So I'm going to show you all this cool stuff right here. There it is. Are you amazed? Is this as amazing as the day you got to play Angry Birds for the first time? Or was it, I can't remember. It's something like pushing daisies against zombies or something like that. Are you amazed at this stuff as you were when you were doing that kind of thing there? Is it just eye-opening, jaw-dropping as that was for you? How it works. Electric current will always flow through the path of least resistance. The photoresistor opens a path for current during the day, but shuts it at night, causing current to divert to the other parts of the circuit. How exciting. How exciting. So during the day, the photoresistor's resistance is low. This allows current from the mains to flow through it and away from the other parts of the circuit. As it gets darker, the photoresistor's resistance increases, making it harder for current to flow through it. This leads to a chain reaction in the circuit. Current cannot flow through the photoresistor. Instead, some current flows to the tip 31 transistor. This turns it on and amplifies the current. Some current then flows to the tip 42 transistor, turning it on and amplifying the current again. The path is now open. The current has been amplified enough for it to flow through the LED strip, causing it to light up. This is just so exciting. It's extraordinary. Only people like me could get excited about this stuff. So anyway, real world inventions, streetlights. Streetlights, similarly to this system, do this. So the streetlights alongside roads are fitted with circuits like the one you have made, including the photoresistor. The lights remain off during the day, so they do not waste energy and only come on as it begins to get dark. This is why they come on at slightly different times every evening. It just depends. It just depends on how much light is hitting the resistor in the photoresistor. Photoresistor. Anyway. With that said, guys, this is gonna be, I guess, possibly the last book reading of technology on this book, because I didn't know this, but it looks like that's it. The rest is just a bunch of doobly-doos, so you guys won't understand anyway. It's just a bunch of amazing circuit diagrams. I remember studying some of this cool stuff back in the day when I was at university. Pretty exciting stuff. And yeah, here's some more of it. Here's some more of this cool stuff. Just in case you guys wanted to see more of it still, you can get it from here. Jack, just type in that Jack Shaloner. He's got so many books that he's made. If you want to buy me one of these books that we haven't read, so any of the other ones that we haven't read here, don't buy this one. This is the one that we just read. But if you want to buy me one of these books to read out, feel free to send it to me. I will read it out. I'm not buying any more books. I'm not buying any more technology. I'm not buying anything else. I've done enough. I've invested a lot to make this YouTube channel something. And so have many of amazing investors who put their time, effort, and so on and so forth to watch me fail. At it. They've put so much money, time, and effort into this amazing thing. This channel, the Disney Germ Girl channel, the one that I made before, people have invested definitely over, I would say, maybe 200, 300K. I would say about 300K has been invested in this lowly, conniving son of a gun human. Around 300K has been invested in this ridiculous excuse of a human being so that he could make YouTube and social media videos for you guys. For you guys. I didn't go out and just grab somebody's Bugatti, throwing a bunch of eggs at it to try to get clicks and views. No, I didn't. I didn't do any of that. I did it the right way. Just like I became a U.S. citizen the right way, going through the legal system, jumping through all the hoops, passing that ridiculous and horrible test that was hard for me as a dyslexic and someone with learning disabilities. It was hell trying to remember 100 questions. Most people could do that in their sleep. Not me. I had to work for it. So anyway. It is time. It is that time, guys. It is that time. What you see right here is, yes, you've guessed it, the secret origin of Wing Chun. 2,200 years of training, history, philosophy, and development of ancient and amazing Chinese mixed martial arts. Right here, all hidden in this secretive book. In fact, they say it is for Yan Kai-san students only. It is about Omei Wing Chun. It's about Yan Kai-san. And it goes through the whole lineage. There's a whole awesome diagram in here with pictures delineating the entire heritage of the Wing Chun, stemming back from the temples of the days of yore, if you will, of Chinese Kung Fu. So the author of the book here is Grandmaster Tom Wong. A lot of awesome people that I was lucky enough and fortunate and honored to meet poured their hearts and souls into this book, which is now available for you on Amazon. So if you want to know more about that, you can do that. But also, Grandmaster Tom Wong has a YouTube channel. Yes, I know. There's basically three views on that channel. 3 views. One of the most amazing martial artists ever to live. And his YouTube channel has got like 3 views. So anyway, with that said, guys, photo taken in 1989 of the establishment of the Sum Nung Wing Chun Association. Grandmaster Sum Nung is the one in the black shirt sitting in the middle. As I said before yesterday when I was reading this, the second person to his left is the famous historical writer and historian O Shuji, who was 103 years old at the time. Remember, if at any point in any of my videos you feel like you want to come and help me out, and you know some Chinese that I don't know, or maybe I mispronounced an English word, it's fine. Come on up, come on down. Create your own YouTube video, 10-second whatever video, and tell me how to do it right with a proper explanation, and then stick it in the comments. It's going to help the people 20, 30, 40 years down the line who watch YouTube and might want to see and understand what it was like back in 2023. Hey, that's why we make videos on this channel. Somebody's going to see it eventually. All right, so 1989 Sum Nung Wing Chun Association members list. All members of the Sum Nung Wing Chun Association were appointed by Grandmaster Sum Nung and approved by the government official Mai Dai-jeng. Mai Dai-jeng is the honorary president of the Sum Nung, and it goes on to the next page. But first, before we do, check out this amazing picture right here. Look at that. And below there's a bunch of mumbo jumbo that I can't pronounce or do anything with, but you guys can come and help me out. Help me out. Help me out. You know you want to secretly. All right, so Wing Chun Association. The association was later renamed to Guangzhou Canton Wing Chun in 1989 and is China's first official Wing Chun establishment. The member list is as follows. Article V, official officers, members of Guangzhou Wing Chun Kung Fu Council, November 18, 1989. So I'm going to show you this right here. You guys can read it directly. I'm sure your reading skills are better than mine. It's not hard. It's not hard. Trust me, it's not hard. So with that, let's continue on. So Guangzhou City Official Wushu Martial Arts Committee, Sum Nung, Sen Nung, Wing Chun Martial Arts Association, the Sum Nung, Sen Nung, Wing Chun Kung Fu Association was the first Wing Chun organization to be officially recognized by the Chinese government in China. It was sanctioned by Guangzhou City Official Martial Arts Department and registered with the Chinese National Athletic Committee. So honorary president was Mai Dajiang, President Sen Samnang, Secretary General Yuan Zhou Tong, I just can't do that, Vice Secretary General Ye Pei Lin, and executive directors' names listed according to the number of strokes in the surname. So, without further ado, I'm gonna just show you this. You guys can help us out again, guys. It doesn't matter if it's this year. It could be next year. So long as YouTube is still running, so long as that amazing woman is up there doing the loving that she does so well, platonically, guys. Don't get me in trouble. I've been living in the doghouse for the longest time. The D word hasn't been pronounced yet, but it might. It might be pronounced soon. You never know. You never know when the D word gets pronounced. Overseas, chief instructors, grandmasters, names listed according to the number of the strokes in the surname, as I said before. Overseas instructors, masters, names, lists according to the numbers and all that stuff. All right, so with that all said, let's continue on here. Let's take a look at this cool thing over here. You guys can read that also in your own lovely time. And again, feel free to butt in anytime. This is probably the only YouTube channel that from the beginning of time has always been open to comments and whatever you want to say. Just, you want to put you accidentally fat fingered on your keyboard and you want to do that and leave it in the comments. Do it. Go. Come on. It's not going to happen. Anyway, so the above Wing Chun Constitution was created by Grandmaster Sum Nung on the date indicated above. Today's Sum Sen Nung's son, Dennis Sum Sen, has succeeded his father as the head of Guangzhou Wing Chun. Many members' status have changed. I'm going to show you some cool things here. Look at this image right here from Chinese TV. Look at this Marco Polo. He went to China one time. No, this is not a picture that I took, but anyway. This is from national TV in China. It really happened. Just because Hollywood Disney Magic didn't tell you about it doesn't mean it did not exist. It existed. It's right here. Look. But they won't tell you on the Disney Channel or the Hollywood Channel. They won't tell you. At the 28th annual celebration of the establishment of the Guangzhou Wing Chun Association, the author, 7th from left, was invited to sit next to the president of the association, government official 8th from the left, Vice President Dennis Sum. 9th from the left, and other instructors in front of nearly 1,000 members at a huge restaurant in 2018. Of course, Hollywood wouldn't tell you about this. Because otherwise, you would think that Bruce Lee is the one and the only human to ever have created mixed martial arts. But he had to get some of the knowledge somewhere, right? So anyway, Grandmaster Tom Wong's biography by Ches Liu and Diana Lam, two awesome people that I was lucky enough to encounter in the flesh. All right, these people here, Ches Liu and Diana Lam. Grandmaster Tom Wong, of course, is the author of the book and was born in China and began studying Kung Fu and Qigong from a young age. While his father was a scientist and his mother was a gynecologist, his grandfather was a Kung Fu master, one of the first 2 Chinese pilots in the world, and the president of Wong's Association, an organization in Los Angeles that helped hundreds of newly arrived Chinese immigrants find shelter and jobs. Moreover, Tom Wong's great-grandfather fought as an American soldier in World War I. Greatness runs in Tom Wong's blood, as they say. can take a quick look at this right here. It is quite the cool picture. And this one too. In fact, just for the pictures, it's worth getting this book. Get yourself on the Amazon and type this in real quick and get yourself a copy. All right, so photo, 1931 of the Tom Wong's grandfather, top row 6th from left, and his grandfather's students. Tom Wong's grandfather and his airplane. Look at this. I'm going to show you the pictures again, just in case you hadn't seen them before. You weren't paying attention, or the algorithm just skipped across a couple of frames for the fun of it, because it triggers me like that. When Tom Wong was 6 years old, he began studying Wudang Kung Fu and Ome Qigong as a disciple of Grandmaster Lu Ji Kem. As Tom Wong grew up in the chaos of the Chinese Cultural Revolution, which was a disaster, by the way, and could happen in America if you guys are not careful, and survived dozens of street fights and deadly knife attacks, he wanted to learn more techniques to protect himself. At the time, the father of his best friend, Master Tam, was the region's police chief. As Master Tam knew who all the top masters in Canton region were, he helped connect Tom Wong with the top masters, including Grandmaster Sum Nung. Master Tam was also a Tai Chi master, or Tai Chi master, who taught Tom Wong some of his skills. Tom Wong is the indoor disciple of two of China's natural treasures, Sum Nung and Chen Yi Jim. Chen Yi Ju. Of course. Les poissons, les joujou. Of course. So Sum Nung was a Wing Chun grandmaster, and Chen Yi, I can't do this, guys. Chen Yi Ju was a Dezui grandmaster. Tom Wong began studying under Wing Chun's grandmaster Sum Nung when he was 12 years old. In 1989, Wing Chun grandmaster Sum Nung appointed Tom Wong as the youngest of the 4 chief instructors. Over the years, Tom Wong has taught thousands of students at Pasadena City College. So check that out, guys. I'm sure that it's on a website somewhere. Pasadena City College, Cal Polytech University, UCLA, DeVry University, I can't do that one. High School, Hillcrest High School, Crossroad High School, the City of Diamond Bar Recreational Center, and the Monterey Park Recreational Center. Tom Wong. So Monterey Park Recreational Center is where I guess you get to see him still today if he hasn't retired. I know that Lee recently has been doing a lot of Zooming. He's been doing lots of Zooming classes. So get in on that too if you want to do some Zooming classes with Grandmaster Tom Wong. But you could also check out Rodney. Rodney's somewhere out there too. And whoever else. I don't know all the instructors that have passed the test and have been given the great honor to be able to pass down the art here of Wing Chun. So turned down many book and magazine offers in the past. This is his front book. All right, so this is a picture of Grandmaster Lu Ji Kem at 113 years old. And then there's another picture of Tom Wong and his Sifu Grandmaster Chen Yi Ju at 103 years old. Okay, so both of these people do not look like prunes. Look at this. Look at this. This guy does not look like a prune. And this guy does not look like a prune. They just had the right training, the right lifestyle, and all that stuff. So you don't have to look like a prune at 103. Some people say that you have to. You don't have to. His skin looks really nice on both of them. Not like the crazy, wrinkly, pruny things that happen. Anyway, so friends and students' comments. So Tommy is very fast and powerful. James W. DeMille, Bruce Lee's top student and co-developer of his 1-inch punch. Wong Wah. Tom Wong is Sifu Sum Nung's closest and most talented student that I've known. Yuan Zhou Tong, Yuan Kai-san's grandson. The story of Thomas Wong reads like an award-winning screenplay, a Bruce Lee martial arts screenplay anyway. Wong has knife marks on his body to prove it. Never seen that kind of speed and power. Awfully impressive. Dan Frosch, LA Times reporter. Author featured in the newspaper article right here. Take a quick look here at these awesome pictures. All right, all right. Nobody knows about this guy. Who is this guy? Who is this Grandmaster Tom Wong? Nobody knows about it. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the other YouTuber. The guy with the bald head, English accent that swears all the time. Everybody knows that guy. Everybody knows that guy. In the Kung Fu world, if you go onto the Facebook groups and stuff, if you're in the... There's an awesome Facebook group which is something about... which is martial arts nerds or something. Everybody knows Bruce Lee. I mean, come on, Bruce Lee. Everybody knows this other guy, this other Tom Wong. Nobody knows Grandmaster Tom Wong. Nobody knows. And it shows because his YouTube channel has got like 3 views. Wong's blindingly fast kick retracted from my photographers and mine forewarned stomach target area before we could react. Tom Wong's 1-inch punch and short side kick sent us airborne into the fence 15 feet away. It defies the law of gravity, stunning. The Pasadena Boxing Review, written by Boxing Hall of Famer Robert Morales. Sifu Wong knocked out my friend Jesus, who was an undefeated heavyweight kickboxing champion from the East Coast in 3 hits, less than a second. It made me feel a little bit better about my poor performance. Kerr Gloss, 8th-time gold medalist in heavyweight wrestling and black belt in karate kung fu. There's a picture of author demonstrate his 1-inch punch by breaking a board in front of his students and hundreds of other people at the Pasadena City College. Take a look at this. Take a look at this awesome picture right here. The YouTube algorithm doesn't want you to see this video. It just doesn't. Tommy changed my perception of Wing Chun. He is the best Wing Chun man I know. Jerry Petit. JKD, which doesn't mean JK as in joke, okay? So it's a kind of kung fu. Grandmaster Bruce Lee's direct student. JK. I mean, not JK. It's right here in the book. I didn't make it up. Look. You can't make this stuff up. Wong Hua brought back my teacher Yen Kai-san and Wei Yu Shang's powerful kicks. He can learn something today and master it by the next day, Grandmaster Sum Nung. Sifu Sum Nung right, execute a sweep after neutralizing the lead hand from an opponent. Author on the left with longer arms. Having been a student of martial arts since I was 9 years old and trained under Sifu Wong for some years now, I feel totally in a position to say that Sifu Tom Wong's depth of knowledge and skill is beyond anything I've seen. His unique technique, style, and sometimes unusual method of training produces tremendous, amazing results. Sifu Tom Wong's mind-blowing demonstrations and the spontaneity of its actual applications on outside challengers have been amongst the many real-life experiences I found truly remarkable and thought I'd only see in movies. Sifu Tom Wong's Kung Fu is, to me, a stuff of legends. Rodney Tolentini. This is one of the cool guys that you guys can learn Grandmaster Tom Wong's lineage of Kung Fu. In my experience of over a decade of martial arts, Tom Wong's Wing Chun stands out for 2 obvious reasons: the practical merge of philosophy and application and the use of Taoism principles. While most schools teach forms, the practical application does not follow. It leaves students guessing on the use of the techniques and an overconfidence of their level of skill. Sifu Wong emphasizes a lot of repetition and then applying it in the class environment. Sifu Wong Wing Chun is the only Wing Chun that I have personally witnessed to teach its technique around the philosophy of Taoism. Understanding the concept of Taoism when applied to martial arts transforms the application of even the simplest techniques. Tim Nolast. Learning from Sifu Wong has been an amazing journey. The most memorable moment for me was whenever Sifu would demonstrate moves on me. From his front kick to side kick to sparring with him. Each moment shows a great depth of knowledge and experience that I am grateful to be a part of and learn. When Sifu demonstrated the front kick to the class, I saw how quick and powerful it was. It showed that Sifu was not just for show, but authentic to its core. When Sifu performed the side kick while I was holding the kicking shield, it was completely different feeling compared to others. Even though it was a demonstration kick with the kicking shield, I still had the air knocked out of me. It was at this moment I realized the proof of Sifu's training and how important it is. One of the most memorable moments I had was when I had the opportunity to spar Sifu. Although I felt if I was quick, I was only able to keep up with Sifu for a few punches. Through those few punches, I knew Sifu had already trapped me in a vulnerable position, and all I could do was block the flurry of punches. As I continue to learn from Sifu, the more I can see how he was able to trap me and more in that situation. Ricky Tham, another good guy. Prior to visiting the school in 2017, I had studied for 7 years at another Wing Chun school that was a modified system of Ip Man. Mr. IP, you know Ip Man? Mr. IP. The branch of the tree. I was disheartened by the lack of actual fighting experience I was receiving at this school and left to look for other schools to continue my training. I called around to different boxing gyms and MMA, mixed martial arts, that means schools, but none of them felt like the right fit for me. After some time, I found Tom Wong Wing Chun skeptical from my past experience. I gave Sifu a call and set up the time when I could join a beginner class to see if their Wing Chun was any different. The first class was a total shock to me. I sparred with several of the beginner students that day and was completely unable to defend myself from their flurry of quick and well-placed punches. I spent the whole time retreating and covering up. It was embarrassing. Their Wing Chun was very different. I felt an energy that day that I had never felt before. It was a powerful and adaptive energy, one that I've heard so many practitioners talk about, but one that I still had never really experienced myself. I signed up that day, and I've been a student with Sifu Tom Wong now for 4 years. After only a few months of studying there, I sparred a karate black belt who had come to the school to challenge. I realized that in that small amount of time training with Sifu, I was able to execute the few fundamentals he had taught me, and I did really well. Sifu Tom Wong is a true Kung Fu master and an amazing teacher. He can take any student and train them to be a good fighter in a short amount of time. Daniel Gray, another good friend of mine, who's also an artist. Anyway, Sifu teachings is very different from many other martial arts systems that I have experienced by emphasizing building a solid foundation on some simple and easy moves. It is key and essential towards a more advanced understanding of the whole Wing Chun system. Finally, I have found a path to become a real Kung Fu master, Maurice Fong. I'm going to show you some of these pictures. There's Maurice Fong and Ches Lu. Ches Lu over here. All great people. All great people. Says, I didn't realize that I stumbled upon a hidden treasure learning Wing Chun from Sifu Tom Wong. Sifu Tom Wong's Wing Chun compared to other lineages of Wing Chun is like night and day. I first realized this shortly after I started training when we were working on sticky hands drill. With just a small detail in the positioning of our arms and hands on a certain technique made a world of difference from getting hit and being able to stick, deflect, and attack simultaneously. To the naked eye, the techniques look similar to other lineages of Wing Chun, so it was definitely something one had to experience to see the difference. Studying under Sifu Tom Wong has been a blessing. Thank you, Tom Wong, for all your teachings. James Wan. And this is any of the students that you extremely grateful and so much for the little bit of Kung Fu that I was able to learn myself as one of the most conniving son of a guns. So although I can't understanding of Wing Chun and just doing martial arts just went, it just skyrocketed like one of Elon Musk's rockets. But it's cool because it doesn't just go up; it also is able to land. That's pretty cool. So, a rejuvenation experience of Ome Wing Chun from Sifu Tom Wong. If I know Sifu Tom Wong, I learned Shaolin Monastery. Dragons things going berserk. Can't even do that. The iPhone of death overheated or something else happened. You could blame a lot of things. You could blame AT&T. You could blame the YouTube algorithm. You could blame the phone overheating. There's a lot of things. You can blame YouTube's programming. There's a lot of things that you can blame on. But I thought you could know from, what's this, Morgan Wallen on Go Country 105. There's K-Frog. I like K-Frog too, but K-Frog somehow does not really send good signals, good vibrations well to Southern California, and so sometimes you can't hear it. That's the only reason why I don't promote it as much. It's just because the radio waves don't get through as well. So yeah, anyway, I was talking about all these things. I was finishing off reading the one, the only Secret Origin of Wing Chun. And the thing just cut off because, of course, it's my last live. It's my last live on technology because we just finished, just in case you guys just dropped by right now, or all the other people already dropped off because guess what? They were watching me, and then boom, blank. Dark. So anyway, we just finished reading this amazing book here from Jack Shaloner. Jack Shaloner, if you guys don't know who that is, look him up, and talked about that earlier. You guys can go back in the video and find out what I said about Jack Shaloner. But I'm going to try to finish this off. There's only a few minutes left. I'm just here waiting on the world to change. Just keep on waiting on the world to change. Hey, look at this. All you haters that said I would never have one of these. Well, look, it's right here. I had to sell my soul to the devil, so the devil is really happy. She's one lucky woman, that devil. But having said that, I try not to piss off death because, you know, I'd like to get a couple of seconds, you know, like if you tick off death, then they won't give you the last few seconds so that you can like end your live stream on good terms with your lovely people that come to watch. So you want to make sure that the death is on your good terms. You can piss off the devil, it's fine. All right, so with that said, guys, let's get right back to it. A rejuvenation experience of learning Ome Wing Chun. So from Sifu Tom Wong, before I knew, I think this is where we got to last time. So before I know Sifu Tom Wong, I learned Shaolin Monastery, Dragon Style Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and Yip Man's Wing Chun. However, now I enjoy my learning from Sifu Tom Wong's Taoist Ome Wing Chun. And again, guys, there's going to be some terms and things that are written here in the beautiful Chinese characters. If you guys want to help us out in the videos, again, it doesn't have to be this year. It could be next year. It could be the year after. Whenever you see this video, you could do that. And you can leave it in the comments. So, with that said, it seems to me one of the many Taoist internal practices being taught by Sifu Wong is the switching stance in both defense and offense combined, which is very different from any other Kung Fu schools. Sifu Wong emphasizes on the most relaxing manner, which can develop both your stamina and increase the speed of your movements, also your flexibility. A strong feel that Ome Wing Chun being taught by Sifu Tom Wong is very unique and authentic, and effective for the real Kung Fu practices. Within just 15 months, I find that I have significantly improved my physical and mental agility, flexibility, and tolerance. Moreover, as a process of Taoist rejuvenation, through the Taoist Ome Wing Chun, I feel like being 17 years old instead of my real age, which is 70-year-old. This is C.P. Chung, PhD, Education of UCLA. You guys can read his name here. You can can Google him, Siri him, Amazon him. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, just do it. Nike. Sifu Wong teaches us battle-tested techniques that actually work in fights and how to beat much larger opponents. His training methods are very efficient, and I was surprised by how much my strength, speed, reflexes, and health improved after only a few months. I was also surprised that I was able to do a scissors leg takedown on someone that was more than twice my size. Furthermore, Sifu Wong looks decades younger than his true age. I am always amazed by his youthful looks, and it sometimes seems like he has taken the elixir of youth. In reality, it is because of the philosophy, training, and diet that he follows. I'm very honored and thankful that I have met such an amazing fighter, teacher, and mentor, Diana Lam, another great lady. Right there. I've never seen anyone move faster than Sifu Wong, someone who challenged him to sparring, and they barely flinched before Sifu hit them 5+ times in less than a second. Yet, he doesn't need to use speed to connect when he does light sparring with his students. This is the most practical training I've experienced, with a deep emphasis on mastering fundamentals, special training, and he breaks down concepts so that they are understandable. I'm definitely grateful to have been introduced to his school of Kung Fu. Troy, Austria. Here we go. There we go. Another guy that I met, which was awesome. Studying Wing Chun under Sifu Tom Wong is a lifetime opportunity. He doesn't only teach how to perform general techniques, we also learn the application of each technique in depth and practice to execute each movement spontaneously. Every little detail has its purpose, and each movement flows to the next one, depending on oneself, the opponent, and the situation. Sifu's effortless power and adaptability will always blow my mind. The more I learn, the more I realize how much more there is to master. Nancy Kimio, Austria, another great person I got to meet. I have trained at Tom Wong Wing Chun for more than 10 years. This is the best martial arts school that I have attended. Sifu Wong not only has very broad knowledge of martial arts, but deep theoretical and practical knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine. Sifu Wong's knowledge is based on practical applications, not like the other famous Wing Chun guys who have never had a single sparring experience. I am not a smart person after all these years. I have learned only a few % of his skill. But Sifu Wong is very patient. He gives me countless reminders in time and tirelessly corrects my mistakes. At the beginning, I was very tense during sparring. I didn't know that was totally wrong until I started training with Sifu Wong. Every time I tense up, my moves get slower. I always try to remind myself that power has nothing to do with the muscles. Then I become more relaxed and less exhausted. I've benefited greatly from his advice over the years. My martial arts techniques have improved significantly, and my career and personal life have also gotten better. I will spend my whole life learning as much as possible from him. There is no doubt about that. Jun Chen, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Ome Wing Chun offers a rare look into the history and principles of Yun Kai-san's Wing Chun. Sifu Tom Wong is one of only a handful of masters of this tradition. Little known outside the martial arts world. I trained for over 17 years before studying with Sifu Wong. From our exchanges, I felt, however different, effective, and efficient his Wing Chun was. So Sifu Wong's level of mastery, commitment, and dedication to his art is only encountered once in a lifetime. William Tang. William Tang. Right there. I have put some honest efforts in other renowned martial arts disciplines in the past. Although somewhat proficient, I've reached a plateau and found myself reaching out to collect more knowledge in order to fill the holes in my skill sets. Finally, I found Tom Wong's Wing Chun and realized that this school is where all the theories actually come alive. I got to witness and experience Taoist philosophy in training and combat applications. Many beginner class students could already apply the internal elements of fighting into sparring. It was a great shock to realize that some of the more advanced students even developed such sensitivity that they do not need to rely on speed to fight effectively. Grandmaster Tom Wong covers a variety of in-depth knowledge regarding Taoism and its training applications, strategy, and combat health, and so much more to supplement our development. The practical knowledge I have learned here in a short amount of time would equate to many more years of training elsewhere. Chaz Lu. Does it show? Does it show? Chaz Lu. Cool dude. Oh, and of course, Author Left is awarded Instructor of the Year in 2019 by World Wing Tsun Association right here, so you guys can see the awesome picture that comes with this. Look at that. Amazing. So in here, the rest of the book is all about vocabulary and stuff like that. I'll show you briefly, but you guys can just read this in your own time. So take a quick look at this. Again, I will not try to do all of this. That would be pointless. That would be pointless for you guys. So you guys should go to Monterey Park. Definitely check out Grandmaster Tom Wong's Wing Chun website and YouTube channel, if you will. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. There's a bibliography. Again, right here. These are YouTube videos that have like 3 views on them and stuff that nobody's seen. The www.bikey.com wiki, bikey.com, I don't know, guys. I'm sure that nobody's seen any of this stuff. There's a bunch of things that you could read and watch and stuff. You won't because the algorithm will never show you any of this stuff. But just FYI, if you guys want to learn more about Wing Chun and stuff, just find him. He's waiting for you to go over there. He may not take you as a student. It depends on your temperament. You may not last very long. You may end up quitting because you just don't have what it takes as a student. But he's still there. Don't take too long, because he might decide to retire at some point. And as I said before, go ahead and buy yourself this cool book. It is a very good read. And where did I put that paper? We can finally, hopefully, if the thing doesn't crap out again, because it might. You never know. You never know. So just to finish this off, I will tell you guys. You see this. I like these guys on Valuetainment. So I would say, Adam, Patrick, you guys have got to invite the one, the only Grandmaster Tom Wong to one of the Valuetainment. Come on, you know you want to. He's a good guy. He's worth it. He's worth your time. I don't know if he'll say yes if you invite him, but please do invite him. Please do invite him. What was the other guy that they tried to invite and he didn't want to show? It was Dr. It wasn't Dr. Oz. It was Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike. He was elusive. He might be elusive too. Grandmaster Tom Wong might be elusive. But with the right offer, he might decide to show up. So anyway, with that, guys, thanks again for watching these ridiculous videos that I make. And remember, you can get this at Amazon. You can get this on Amazon. And with that, guys, I'm going to bid you farewell for now. Not sure when I'll see you again, but I will see you again. It's almost guaranteed. It might be on the makeshift Marco channel. It might be on the Aini Doll Marco channel if they ever reactivate that. It could be in the, what's Steve's new channel? I can't remember. The Dude's Digest or something. It might be any of those places, but I might still be around. So with that said, guys, have a great day. It's been real.